All right, we can't just be big and jacked all the time. We have to be concerned about our health because honestly, who doesn't want to live forever? All right, I will be the first to admit, the one thing I do in bodybuilding when I'm lazy with is take my health supplements. Why? I couldn't give you a good answer for that, but especially when I'm in a contest prep, I definitely double down there, and I'm gonna go through everything I do as far as health supplements. So I start off every day with 4 caps of Complete Health by Like a Pro Supplements. Now, the cool thing about this product is you have to take 3 servings a day, so I do it at breakfast or meal 1, meal 3, and then I take it in meal 5. Is how I do that. Those are easy, I never forget them, and it's gonna cover all of my health needs. So if you look at the label, this is gonna help with heart circulation support, blood pressure, cholesterol, liver and kidneys, my immune system, and it's also gonna help with my nutrient absorption. So just to touch on some things that are in here and why they're so important is the number one thing to me is gonna be vitamin D3. It's got K12, B6, magnesium, vitamin C, and then for things for my kidneys and organs, things like astragalus, it's gonna have a bergamot, it's gonna have astragalus beetroot in there, and it's gonna have pine bark extract. So again, all of these things are gonna be very vital and important for my health and organ function. All right, next up, this is gonna be for inflammation in my joints. So Granite Joint Care, you see me post about it on Instagram. I'm a huge believer in this. I take 2 caps with my breakfast every single day. If I miss this, I will feel it a couple days in a row. My joints won't feel as good, and that's one of the things I've been very fortunate in my bodybuilding career. My knees, my elbows, shoulders have all been crystal clear. And one of the things that I really benefit and think helped me, I've been religious with taking Granite Joint Care ever since John came out with this formula. All right, a new addition to this health stack is gonna be P-Well by Biotest. Something that I haven't really thought a lot about is prostate health. And that's something that as a man, I have to be uber concerned with the lifestyle that we lead as bodybuilders. One of my really good friends, his dad actually died of prostate cancer. And when this came out, I thought I need to add it to my set. I take 3 caps with 8 ounces of water every single morning with these first 2 products. And again, this is something I'm gonna leave in there for the rest of my bodybuilding career for sure. All right, next on the list, fish oil. Now, you can use Life Extension, you can use Flame Out by Biotest. I like this version because it came with Like a Pro Sup's Complete Health. So with this, I take 6 caps per day, 2 with breakfast, 2 with lunch, 2 with dinner. And what I want to think about here is I want to get a good quality fish oil. You've seen all the studies and the research that show the benefits of that. I've actually seen one where they had Olympic athletes take up to 25 grams of fish oil per day, and their athletic performance went through the roof when that's the only thing they changed. So again, this is good for our joint, this is good for our heart health, but it's also good for performance as well. So a high quality fish oil, that's something you want to pay very close attention to. I personally put this in the fridge so that you don't get those nasty fish burps. You can put them in the freezer too if you like, but just put them somewhere you remember to take them. The reason I put them in the freezer is I will forget them, but I put this in the fridge and I'll see it every time I open the refrigerator door. All right, next up is gonna be gut health. So one on the end here with the glutamine and one with Gut Defender Plus. So what we wanna think about is with gut health. That's something that a lot of people just simply don't pay attention to. One of the things we can do through food, if you wanted to go that option, is you use some kimchi or sauerkraut. I personally just don't like the taste and it kind of makes me gag. So I'm gonna go for a cap to help with that. And this just helps ease with as much protein as I eat. And I wanna make sure I have 0 bloating, no gas, none of that weird stuff in my gut, so I wanna make sure I keep that as healthy as possible. So Gut Defender Plus here, and I take this with my meal 1, and I also take this with meal 5. Then with the glutamine, now, this is a supplement that in my opinion, most people use drastically wrong. They think that glutamine supports recovery. Well, if you're watching myself on Instagram or any of my other videos on YouTube, you know that for recovery, I'm gonna use essential amino acids, I'm gonna use highly branched cyclic dextrin. I'm not gonna use glutamine. Glutamine to me is for gut health and support, to really maximize the health of your gut. 10 grams as soon as you wake up in the morning. I mix it with water. You can, this one's flavorless, by the way, from True Nutrition. If you wanted to do like mix that in, it's very small amount too, by the way. If you wanted to mix that and say some Powerade Zero or Gatorade Zero, or even you could probably mix it in your coffee. I've never tried that, but there's probably no reason you can't. Just real fast on glutamine because I can't stress this enough. If you want recovery, essential aminos, and highly branched cyclic dextrin. If you want your gut to be better and healthy, use that here. And then it's capitalizing off of nutrient absorption. It's gonna be this glucose disposal rate. I got this to tinker around because I really liked it with the Gut Defender Plus. Another great option for a GDA is going to be the Mountain Dog version of that on True Nutrition. You can take that with your highest carbohydrate meals of the day. I tend to use this post-lift, and then I use this right before bed so that I wake up and my stomach is good and ravenous. One cap here. If you're using the Mountain Dog version on True Nutrition, be very clear. That's a very, very strong product. So start with half the dose and taper up to 2. Last thing for joints here is this collagen. I get this off Amazon. It's relatively cheap. This is the unflavored version. I mix this into my coffee. You want to do it into a warm beverage. If not, it's going to be really granular and grainy. So again, 1 to 2 tablespoons in your coffee every morning. This is going to help protect our joints, be good for our skin and hair and nails. So again, this is a great product if you have beat up joints or you want to prevent yourself from having beat up joints. I know that I've used myself in the gym, and I want to do everything in my power so that when my kids, mainly our youngest kid, Daxon, is 15, 16 years old, I can still get in the backyard and play football with him. I don't want to be crippled. I don't want to be in miserable pain. So if you notice here, I do a lot of things for my joints because I don't want to have that hit me later in life. Like you see a lot of bodybuilders that are broken down. I want to live way more the Jay Cutler life, not so much the Ronnie Coleman life. Just the truth. So again, here's my entire health line of supplements. I know I get a ton of questions about what I do, what I take, when I take them. But in review, that is everything. I'm sure in the future I will add more things and maybe pull things out depending upon where I am in my life and also where I am as far as my blood work. So that's kind of how I'll wrap this video up. If you guys aren't getting blood work, please do that at least twice a year. Once you get past a certain age, meaning into your 30s, into your 40s, definitely into your 50s, you want to get regular blood work done. So if you notice any abnormalities or things that are different for you, that can be things from hormones to your blood pressure to your cholesterol levels to even your fasting glucose. So all things to pay attention to. Track your blood work, get it done. Do not bury your head in the sand. If you're a guy who goes and uses performance-enhancing drugs, that is another thing that we want to monitor and track because that's going to change the way your body is internally. And if we aren't on top of those numbers, then it's just going to lead to potential health risks in the future. Some guys can get away with it, blast gear year-round for a decade and walk away unscathed. Other guys are going to run into some major issues. So with health, always be on top of it. Do your cardio, take your supplements, eat healthy food, and you'll be in a good spot.